Thank you for picking up the Sticks. This is episode 61, Sticks Gaming Podcast. Who was it? What is it? What's going on?
Is that me?
Was it me? Shit, it was $5. Silent. Damn it. Welcome to the Sticks.
As soon as I had it, I'm like, oh shit.
That was me. I was like, I got some new sounds on my phone. This is an update. I don't know what the hell's going on. Anywho, I'm Mike Carnett. To my right, Mike Stay Carnia.
What's going on?
To my left, Art. If it's not on a stick, I'm not going to eat it, Rosian. I just spent all of yesterday.
Good rule.
I spent all day yesterday at Wisconsin State Fair, and they have everything on a stick. Everything from salad to I had bacon wrapped pork of some sort. I don't know what it was. It was delicious.
So you had pig wrap pig.
It was. It was on a stick. They have also ants on a stick, and anything else you can possibly have. However, the highlight of my day was they have this special waffle machine there that's made up to look like corn dogs. Like they have like a waffle machine that made like that. But what they did was they put like a Milky Way in there, put the waffle
Was this a Simpsons thing?
Yeah. No, it was a stick of butter though. It was a stick of butter that he wrapped in that. But
I thought he had a candy bar at one point.
I had a waffle wrapped Milky Way, and it changed my life. It was so fantastic. Amazingly good. They also have chicken there, so you can get chicken waffles all on a stick.
You have my attention.
Well, yeah, you got it. Yeah.
Dude.
Oh, absolutely.
Wisconsin State Fair is still going on, ladies and gentlemen, until I think the 12th of
So
this
only a
month.
few days after this airs.
Go. It's in Milwaukee. If you're in the Chicagoland area, it's closer than going to Illinois. Anyway, I also gained, I gained like 25 pounds in that 8-hour period while we were there.
I will say, from Pierogi Fest last weekend, they had cheesecake on a stick that was dipped in chocolate.
Yep.
Oh my god! My god!
All right, I feel like I need to have a food story now too.
Amazing.
So I was in Dallas. there's this all-day brunch place with a bar. It's called Ellen's.
Okay.
They have a thing called a pancake pot pie.
Okay.
It's like a small casserole dish. You get 2 scrambled eggs on the top with cheese. You have 2 or 3 really thick pancakes in there. Crumbled up sausage gravy. It is ridiculously rich and horribly filling. I could not make the mile walk back to my hotel. I called an Uber to take me a mile.
It's amazing.
That sounds fantastic.
Oh my god. So now
I finished like half the beer and I was like, I can't do anymore.
so heavy.
So that was our 2-minute food minute.
Yeah.
Corner.
So now you're all hungry. Steak. What you playing?
We might need to start doing that more often.
Yeah, right?
All right.
We should have over the summer a weekly food on a stick
Yeah.
recommendation because
that's
we're
a
sticks.
great
Oh yeah.
I
didn't put it
like
together.
It. I like it.
I'm so stupid. I should.
You're not our marketing guy.
I'm really not.
Next time we'll grill up some brats beforehand. Put them on a stick and eat them during the
food on the
beginning.
sticks.
That's
Makes
right.
sense. Damn it. Steak, what you playing?
Yeah, we're on a
Love it.
sponsorship.
I love it.
If
Okay.
there's any sick-based food organizations that want to sponsor us, hit us up.
We will eat your product on air.
Absolutely.
This week brought to you by Shock Top. As I turn the Stick what you playing.
This place isn't paying me, so I'm covering it.
Yeah, right. Yeah, exactly.
God, I wish Shock Top would pay me. It'd be great.
Any alcohol places that want to pay us.
Yeah.
You don't need to be
please.
served on a stick.
No, you could totally do it. That'd be great.
We'll get Malort or some shit.
Except for that.
We'll bring Ozzy in.
We'll bring Ozzy on for that one. Yeah, he can drink it all that show.
We'll pan to him. He'll take a shot. He'll pan back to us.
We'll figure out a way to just work a picture-in-picture. Like Ozzy will be sitting in the corner drinking Malort. We'll do the show.
There we go.
And there'll be
Sit back there.
There'll be a small camera on him the whole time, and a normal camera on us.
Just watch him degrade over time.
Yeah.
Steak what you playing.
We make it to this. I don't know.
I wish I had a reason to interrupt again.
Okay, so before I go into my normal stuff to talk about, I did download a new game for the Switch called Ghost 1.0. It was a Metroidvania, basically type game. It's like $10.
Okay.
Brand new. Just came out a couple weeks ago.
You didn't buy the used copy?
Yeah. Really cool. Really fun. It's hilarious.
Really?
It's really funny, the story. So basically, like you're this like the body is like a robot, but that could be recreated. But you're the ghost that controls inside the robot is who you're. So the robot's just kind of like something that you overtake.
Okay.
But the cool part is that you can overtake enemies and stuff too. So you can overtake as an enemy. start shooting all the other enemies, and then they'll turn on you, but you use some of their more powerful weapons and stuff, which is cool. And some of the aspects you have to use them to help unlock certain platforming things and stuff like that.
That's the Metroidvania piece
exactly.
of it. That's a really cool way of doing that.
It's really neat. So at first, like, so the guy, so like this is gonna, I mean, this is like it's like 15, 20 minutes into the game, so you'll find out about this quick, but. So basically, one of the guys is like controlling and talking to Ghost about what to do and everything in this like really deep, like fake, totally fake voice. And then all of a sudden, like he forgets to hit the button one time, and then the other guy's like, "Dude, you didn't hit the button press. You hit the button press." He's like, "Guys, I know. Like, I'm not stupid. I know that was not your real voice." It's like these two people like controlling. It's like one guy's like this big fat dude like this. He kind of looks like the World of Warcraft guy almost, like from the South Park episode.
South Park.
And then the other guy's this black dude, and it's just them, like, it's comedic. It's super comedic.
So I never even heard of that game before.
No, I was just searching the eShop, just looking, because now, they actually have some pretty good sales on the eShop. So I was like, let me go check out these sales and stuff. And then, like, I was like, well, let me go to the new releases really quick. What's come out recently? And I'm like, Ghost 1.0. I'm like, this looks kind of, I'm like, I thought maybe I heard about it. So I'm like, oh, let me just see what this is. And I'm like, oh, like, this is like totally Metroidvania. It's kind of like it's almost kind of like a twin stick shooter in a way too, because like you really aim with the right thumbstick and everything, because you can aim a certain way. And for $10, it's been pretty awesome so far. So like, right now I'm going around collecting all the pieces of the green access card, because there's, each piece is 20% of it. So like it's your typical shit. Yeah. Like, but the story's pretty funny, and the things they do, and it runs super smooth. It looks really nice actually. So yeah, $10. Check it out. Nice little Nindy.
Is it only on the Switch?
I don't think so. I think it's elsewhere as well. But on the Switch was perfect for that type of game.
Nice.
Okay, so let's jump into Kingdom Hearts.
Finally.
Let's jump into Kingdom Hearts. Well, we've all been waiting for. All of us, especially Art. I am done. I am done.
It's happening.
So I have completed everything up to this point that has been released. So
now what are you gonna do with your life?
Well, hold on. We'll get to that in a second. So
start with Yakuza 0.
Yeah. So Kingdom Hearts Dream Drop Distance. I did say it wrong the last time. I thought I did.
I thought you did too.
I did not sound right.
Half the time I have no idea what you're talking about during this section, so I just let it fly.
Yeah, I was so tired.
My eyes kind of glaze over when you start talking about Kingdom Hearts. I'm my own little world.
Yeah, I was so tired and just still kind of sick.
Getting over Homer Simpsons with ribbons.
All right, so Dream Drop Distance took me 22 hours total to complete. So finished. This game was really fun. I really enjoyed it. The story was phenomenal, and it leads pretty much right into Kingdom Hearts 3.
So it lived up to the promise of what it was supposed to. All right, cool.
It's really good. Like, I have heard from quote experts that this is not. Don't feel free to skip. Do not skip this game if you're in the Kingdom Hearts series. Like, especially for people looking to play 3 and everything, or if you're going through it, or if you've gone through other ones and thinking about maybe doing some of these other ones. You need to play this game. This is very important. Like, it's really important to the story. And so the game for the most part was not. I didn't find it overly difficult. Sora's final boss was super fucking hard. It took me about 5 chances to beat that. Poor Melissa came home from hanging out with Beth to me on my 3rd try of the 5.
Angry.
She's getting very mad.
Level 3 of 5 angry. It's getting worse.
Very angry. Because the last 2 times I hit him down to like half a health bar left, and I was just going crazy. But I finally did it, and then supposedly the final boss was supposed to be even more difficult than him, and I found it actually rather easier. But yeah, very cool. So the end of that is very important for Kingdom Hearts 3, but it also leads right into the new thing that was part of the Kingdom Hearts 2.8, which is the Kingdom Hearts .2 Birth by Sleep, a fragmentary passage. So this...
I thought I had a burp. I didn't want to burp right in the mic.
I thought he was just...
I thought you were blacking out.
Yeah. So this...
If you ever see turn my head like that, you don't have to cough or burp.
So this takes place right after Birth by Sleep. You retake place as Aqua. Now, this was made with the Kingdom Hearts 3 engine.
Okay.
So this was made with the Unreal 4 engine and everything. So this is made from the ground up, brand new and everything like that. Holy fuck, this looks so good. Like, cause like, so everything I've been playing has been, you know, the HD remasters of PS2, PSP, and 3DS game. 3DS.
Yeah, so
games.
you're talking a pretty decent
So you're
jump.
talking like, so this is a huge difference.
Yeah.
Like going from that to this, from the opening cutscene, my jaw was dropped, and then we get into the actual gameplay, and I'm just like, oh my god! Like so completing this only took me 3 hours. It was 3 hours. It was very short.
He had mercy on you.
Yeah, exactly. For what's coming, I'm sure. But like the whole time, this was super polished for 3 hours. Like really good. It looked really, really good. It ran really good. Like the mechanics felt like Kingdom Hearts, like an involved form of Kingdom Hearts 2.
Okay.
Like it was awesome. It was really cool. Very hard actually. I found it rather difficult. Like I said, but still got through it within 3 hours. Like it was one of those things where it was, I don't know, it was difficult, but as long as I kept healing myself, I was fine. Like I think I only died once throughout the whole time.
Okay.
Now the ending to this was extremely interesting and very cool. Is so during like the final part of this little prologue or epilogue to Birth by Sleep, you go back to a place that you've been to before in the other Kingdom Hearts games.
Okay.
So I got to see it redone. Drop dead gorgeous. Like this game, oh my god. Like I am craving Kingdom Hearts 3 right now. So bad now.
That's January, right?
January.
Okay.
End of January.
Allegedly.
Yeah, allegedly. Yeah, I agreed. It's 3 days after the Resident Evil 2 remake.
Oh.
Fucking bastards. Gotta release those two in the same week. Though yeah, because I think Resident Evil's the Tuesday and then Kingdom Hearts is the Friday, if I'm not mistaken.
So you got 3 days to beat Resident Evil. You're fine.
Yeah.
Fine.
Remember, serves like a 7-hour game. I'm sure they've changed nothing.
Yeah. But then something happened in Aqua's world at the end, and then at the end of that, you get back into where Dream Drop Distance left off,
Okay.
and that is leading. Basically, I know exactly where Kingdom Hearts 3 is starting now.
Okay, cool.
I know the exact point of where that game is going to be starting, unless they throw some weird twist. Like if it's not,
Somehow through all of this, through your 150 hours of gameplay, you've actually managed to comprehend the timeline and the storyline of Kingdom Hearts.
yes. I understand it completely.
Congratulations.
I completely get it. Like, there's still some questions out there, but that's because they're not answered yet.
Well, it's also not. It's finishing with the next game, right?
Right. And I believe Kingdom Hearts 3 is supposed to be the conclusion. Like,
Well, we'll all be
least
dead,
I
but
believe.
haven't released the next one.
Yeah.
So
So, amazing. Like, just like, if you want to get into the Kingdom Hearts series, yes, it's a lot of time. It's a lot of stuff to do. But, and actually, I'm thinking about maybe making a Kingdom Hearts video.
Yeah, go for it, man.
Going from the best way to play them and everything.
Go for it.
Because there's plenty of those. I know there's plenty of those videos out there, but a lot of them I watch, I have a lot of issues with. Now that I play through all of them, I have issues with them. So I want to make my own. I will not call myself an expert like these other people have. I will not.
I'm an expert.
I'm going to go in and edit the title. And
So I have a lot of problems with that they call themselves experts because I disagree wholeheartedly with quite a few things they say.
you know who the experts are? The people who wrote the goddamn game.
Right? Yeah, exactly. But if you actually take the time and go through these, like it's not as confusing as you think. Like it's really not. Like if you only play Kingdom Hearts 1 and then 2 and then jump into 3, sure you kind of get the grips of like who these people are, but you don't understand half the shit going on.
I've
You
played
don't.
none of them. I know who Goofy is. I mean, what the fuck?
Yeah. So, just unbelievable. Like I was already a fan of the Kingdom Hearts series, just because, even though I never really finished a whole bunch of them, but I was always just a fan of it. I love the concept and everything. Now I've gone through them all. I am obsessed. Like I am super obsessed.
If
Like,
it's better now than as opposed to like 10 years ago.
right?
The last
Oh
game
yeah.
came
At least I
out
only
and,
have a
like,
few months.
Yeah.
Pretty. Crossing my
Allegedly.
fingers for Kingdom Hearts 3. Yes. But,
So they say.
yeah, we'll see. But so super awesome.
Good.
How are you doing on your Dragon Quest playthrough?
I actually restarted. Not restarted, but I have jumped back into Dragon Quest 8.
I was just being a sarcastic asshole.
So joke's on you. So when
Backfired.
So when I jump back into that game, I was 9 hours into it. I am only at like the 12-hour mark, so I just slowly started jumping back into that, just like the last couple days. Yeah, I just wanted to get back into that because it would be cool if I can maybe complete that before 11 comes out September 4th. I think that'd be really neat. So we'll see though.
You are an ambitious gamer.
I don't know what it is about this year. This year I have beaten so many games.
It's because you realize
that my time
independent
is coming
steak
down
is
a little.
coming to it. He's gonna die soon.
That's probably what
Winter
it
is coming.
Yeah. So then the other game that I actually jumped into, so I'm a PS, so that's handheld, that's 3DS. So I'm a PS4. I have jumped back into Final Fantasy 12, the Zodiac Age, which is the HD remaster.
Do you ever play any like 5-hour games, 6-hour games?
No.
Something you just pick up and put down?
We gotta find something for you.
Yeah, I no joke, I wanted to find something like that after everything I've been going through. And I looked through my library and I'm like, I don't have much like that.
We need to get you a sports game.
I am tempted to get the new Madden.
Well, I might as well talk about this now. I feel like every single year I'm like, I'm not going to buy Madden this year.
You do.
There's like week 2, I'm like, I want to buy Madden. It's on sale this week for $5 off. I think now's the time to jump in. Anyway.
So when I started that, I was already 8.5 hours into that game. I am now around the 15-hour mark of that game.
Christ.
I just have fully dove right back into that world, and it's cool. I really am I'm actually really, really enjoying that. My problem is I have a bunch of hourly filled games coming out still, and I don't know what I'm going to do. I have to figure that out still.
Yeah, a month to figure out Spider-Man.
And that comes out right when 3 days after Dragon Quest 11, and 2 weeks after Shenmue 1 and 2.
Jesus Christ. Good luck, sir.
Thank you. We'll see what happens. and the baby's coming right around that time. So, just a baby.
And the baby release date's coming in that time.
And the baby release date.
The baby's the least your worries.
Baby's release date is Yakuza Kiwami 2 Day.
Baby,
you were born on Kiwami 2 Day. Do you remember?
Your middle name's Kiwami.
No, I know Melissa does not want to keep the baby in longer, but it would be awesome if he was born September 7th. Because like, you came out the same day as Spider-Man.
Yeah, that's right.
Awesome.
Middle name's Spider-Man.
And I can justify my collector's edition purchase a little bit more.
There you go.
Shh. Just swap it out. She'll never notice. Fine. They look exactly the same. The burning of your retinas off the red console won't tell you any difference.
That's right. I am done.
Art.
Finally.
Which one?
Well, I'm gonna balance out the time here a little bit.
Yeah, sorry.
My list is a whole hell of a lot shorter.
Well, we're gonna
Bi-weekly Rainbow
Mine's
Six check-in.
very big.
Bi-weekly Rainbow Six check-in. My shooting accuracy is now at 145%.
Woo!
I'm the most deadly man in the world.
Can't stop him.
That's
Can't stop, won't
awesome.
stop.
That is awesome.
Outside of that, I played Captain Toad Treasure Tracker.
Oh, me
Nice.
too.
It was a game. I played it when I was on the airplane flying to Dallas,
Yeah.
and it's a nice little chill game. I mean, these little mini bite-sized puzzles to get through. You go through. There's 3 diamonds in every level, and there's a gold star or some shit.
They have like an extra. It's kind of like Hitman Go when they have like an extra thing you can do.
Well, no,
like
they're the 3 diamonds, and then what's the thing you get to finish the level?
oh, the start at the end.
Yeah, so you do that, and then after you finish the level once, you don't have to get the diamonds to finish the level. You do have to get the gold star.
Yeah.
Afterwards, then they show you an optional objective, and you may have already done it. Sometimes it's get the gold mushroom. Sometimes
Right.
it's kill all the enemies. Sometimes it's get
4
70
moves,
coins.
Yeah.
Beat it in 3 moves. And stuff like that. So I'm still early in the maps. I think none of it's really super challenging. I mean, you might just there and pause for a second and be like, how do I get that, or where's the thing I need to find?
And then they have the 8-bit Toadstool you can find too.
Yeah, I haven't messed with that at all.
That was fun because it's a little bit. So I've been playing it too, like I said. So after you finish the level, you can go back and mop up any of the challenges you didn't do, and then they have an extra mode where it's like a hide and seek with a little 8-bit Toad.
Oh, cool.
And he's hidden on the map somewhere, so you gotta like rotate and move and try to find it. And sometimes you can't get you gotta basically get to the end of the level and he finally appears, or like he's been in one time they have a lava in one of the levels, and he's actually has they have spitting lava coming up. One time it's just the 8-bit. That one took me.
That's awesome.
That one took me forever.
That's awesome.
But yeah, man, But yeah, so are you overall enjoying it?
Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
I mean, having played the demo, it's exactly what I expected out of the
Yeah.
game. I mean, it's a game I can sit there. Wait, maybe you should play that, Steak.
No, I do want to
you
pick
can
that
pick
up.
it. You can pick it up
Yeah.
and play it for 5 minutes
I
and
do
put it
wanna
down.
I do want to pick that up.
But
'cause
yeah,
I really
it's,
enjoyed the demo of that.
it's very much you can pick it up and put it down type game. It's
Cool.
something I could sit there on an airplane with no sound and I'm listening to music in my headphones and I'm playing that. I don't need sound.
Yeah, no.
But yeah, it's just a bunch of mini puzzles essentially.
Yeah, I've finished. So I got to what I thought was the end of the game because I got to the end of the book because this is the book. You turn a page and that's how you go. So I got to the end of the book.
And then the next book,
credits roll, and then chapter 2 comes out, and it's like not in the very beginning when that eagle came in, took the star, and Toadette was on the star and flew away.
Yes.
They basically switch roles where Toad grabs the star, and then now you're Toadette in the second chapter.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so
That's neat.
I thought it was just like those were give me the bonus levels,
Right.
but no, it's a whole extra chapter, and then they have
cool.
I read they have a third one after that too.
Oh, nice.
So there's actually a lot
Wow,
more
that's
game
quite a
there
bit.
than I thought it was going to
Okay.
be. I wouldn't go to the next level until I cleaned up everything in the first in that level prior. Got 3 stars and the collection and the challenge and the Toad. But now that the second book is harder. They're much longer puzzles as opposed to a small cube. It's actually much longer and involved. So it's a little bit tougher to It takes a long time to get through the levels. So getting all the challenges and finishing the level takes a little more time. As when you're going through the first book, you can finish it in 30 seconds if you know where you're going and what you're doing without a problem. So going back into those levels weren't as much of a chore. Going back into the second chapter is a little more of a chore. But overall, I think like you said, your assessment is just a chill. It's the thing I'm doing for 15 minutes before I go to bed, whatever it is, and finish the level, put it away, and you're good to go.
Yeah, it's exactly what I bought the game for, just to kill some time essentially.
I forgot I did buy a game to do kind of something like that with. I just haven't had a chance to play it yet 'cause it took forever to download everything. I actually picked up Steep the other day. Best Buy had a clearance sale, and I got it for just under $20 with my GCU. So I do have that. That is I bought that 'cause I thinking hey, that's something I could just jump in, mess around with for a little bit, and then
next time we
put to
meet,
the
you're going to
side.
tell us how you spent 60 hours in Steep.
Let me tell you that the lower of Steep.
If it ends up being as good as SXX Tricky, then yes, that's quite possible.
Let me tell you about the story that nobody sees in Steep. But that's all I've been playing.
All right, good, because I got a list.
Good.
So Treasure Tracker, already talked about that. I finished Far Cry 5.
Oh, nice.
Thoughts?
I enjoyed it. All my thoughts I had from last show carried on through the entirety of the game.
Nice.
I was a big fan of the final level. I thought the way they did it, your final conflict with the father, I thought was really cool and very well done. There are 3 endings I've learned. There is, I don't know how to put this. There's a bad ending, a really bad ending, and then I don't know, inconclusive ending.
Okay.
There's the best way to put it.
They do the same thing that they did in Far Cry 4.
Correct.
Where they tell you to do something in the beginning, and if you do it, it just rolls credits.
Right.
And in this one, it's you show up to arrest the father, and they're like, just go away. And if you get in the chopper and leave, it rolls credits.
Okay.
So I'm not gonna tell you which one of those endings that is. However, the ending I got the very bad ending, which I think is the way it looks.
I saw both of the final endings.
Did you finish it? Did you finish it in a Jeep?
Yes.
Okay, I did not finish it in a Jeep. I finished the other way. I don't want to say too much because it's it kind of gets underway.
Sure.
We'll talk about it when we're done here.
It's honestly, I thought getting that ending was the path. I think the story that they wanted to tell was that.
When
ending.
you say you didn't finish it in the Jeep, you finished it in a bunker then?
Yes.
Okay.
And it was I don't say the word brave because there's video games, but it's a very bold move that they made. How this one ended and
another word for it's bullshit.
I don't think it's bullet.
I do.
Why are we talking about the ending? Say, get out of here.
Leave for 5 minutes. We're gonna yell at each other.
Okay, we'll table this.
Sorry, after this, you guys can record the spoiler cast.
Oh my god! All right, I'm completely thrown off my game. Now. No, but anyway, talking about just it kept the whole the carrot at the end of the stick. I was constantly going after, and on top of everything else going around. There are a bunch of missions I didn't finish or whatever it is, but I got to the end of the story. I feel good about it. I probably won't jump back in. But I fully enjoyed it, and I mean, it's gonna be it's not God of War good, but it's definitely top 5 game of the year for me so
Cool.
far. I mean, easily.
Wow.
I think it's like a shoo-in for that.
Awesome.
I also played the Awesome Adventures of Captain Spirit.
Oh, nice. How was it?
It was a little bit. It was like an hour and a half.
Yeah.
By the time you get to the end of it, I think I know where the Life is Strange world is going, because this is happening in the Life is Strange world. We're gonna see this main character again, the boy. I can't think his name was Chris. Don't remember his name. It's been a week and a half since I played it. Anyway, so
Ned, Kip,
something short. But like you're playing this kid. Mom had a tragic accident, so it's just the dad and the son now. Dad's an alcoholic, abusive. There's no two ways about that. So there's a little bit of that happening. Which I know you're not a big fan of.
No, not at all.
There are. I think it's purposely ebbs and flows where he's just like, I'm sorry. Like this father's like, I'm sorry for what I am or what I did. To I'm a really nice guy, to falling back into the I'm a really shitty, a drunken dad again. Okay. So there's like it kind of ebbs and flows, but I think that is not going to be where this character, the kid, goes forward, because the way his story arc ends in this is suggesting something completely different and something I think pretty cool in terms of Life is Strange. I don't want to spoil it because it's the very end of it. There are no trophies or anything like that with this game. It's just like an hour.
Considered like a demo.
Well, I'm pretty sure they had to make it free. They had to release it as a demo, and demos aren't allowed to have trophies or achievements.
Right. Yep. Again, it's a wholly unique story. It is a classic thing where it's like you're walking around. You're only really walking around in one environment, which is their house. Okay. So inside and outside. And you have 6, like just like in Life is Strange, where you can like get take the photos and fill up a notebook. They have a notebook where it has like 6 things you can do. Okay. You find them, you do them, but you're doing them as Captain Spirit.
Right.
So like you are kind of going into like a fantasy world where like you go into your dad's truck. And all of a sudden, it's like it's a spaceship, so, and they fully animate the spaceship. Yeah, not just some kid like.
But the imaginary shit that kids do.
Yeah,
you got a pillow fort.
Yeah, and there's a whole bunch of stuff like that, and it's really. I think that part of it's really well done. I did like the ending. I did think the abusive father thing. I mean,
hearing you describe it, oddly enough, I like it better than most of those, because usually you have the storyline with the abusive parent or the alcoholic parent or whatever, and everything turns out shiny and happy, progressing, and it turns out that way in the end. At least the way you made it sounds kind of more like, hey, this is a shitty situation, and it gets better, but it never really goes away type thing.
It's really like an hour. It's like 2 hours of this kid's life that you're experiencing in kind of real time, and how quickly those things ebbs and flows, and how. Just how unpredictable his life kind of is.
I shouldn't say things get better. Things aren't always totally shitty, but it's still always looming there, and it's always a possibility. That
it just changes like that, and that's kind of what happens in this too. So I think that was handled well, but like some of it was a little heavy-handed.
As something like that could be handled.
Exactly. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, especially if you like the Life is Strange story, which I talked about a few shows ago, how much I like it, it's totally worth your time. Man, what else?
Is that one thing they ever say, Jamiroquai?
Yes. That's for later. I played... yes, played Jamiroquai on Rock Band. On Just Dance to teach someone how to play games.
Alexa, play Jamiroquai.
We just pissed off a whole bunch of people.
You're welcome.
Alexa, stop music. I don't know if that's how you do that or not, but you're welcome. I played about the first 3 hours of Arkham Asylum, the remaster version they put on the PS4. I had a little bit of time to.
What's that called? Like Return to Arkham or something?
Return to Arkham is the set.
It's the original Arkham Asylum just remastered.
Asylum and City. So you get both of them.
I'm gonna have to check that out.
I
only ever played halfway.
Quite a bit later.
I only ever played halfway through Asylum.
Oh,
I played.
So good.
Yeah, I played the first part of it to like it opens up into like the bigger world. Like I did like the smaller confined stuff to begin with, and kind of got through that. It's still great, and it looks awesome. The remaster, I think it was. I don't think it was a remake. Or was it a remake?
No, remastered.
Okay.
These are
remasters, better graphics, remakes, redoing the whole game.
I'm just I don't know what it was.
These are remasters because they were 360 games, upscaled and all that stuff.
They look great.
Yeah.
And I mean everything else, and those games are great to begin with.
Yeah.
So let's take a really great game and make it look great. Yeah. And it plays great.
I would say it didn't look.
It didn't look bad.
No, not at all.
I was saying in the time that the PS4 has been out, I played it on PS3 and it didn't look bad. So.
No, not at all. So I played about 3 hours of that. Yeah, hit me with something. I don't care. Help me. Yeah,
No, I'm good.
I've played through the first 5 Colossi in Shadow of the Colossus as well. Speaking of gorgeous games, holy lord, the remake of this one is stunning. And like my first time I really got to play like a long form like 4K game, I think, and like the very first time you jump on the horse and you're running through the field and you kind of like pan down to like a more cinematic shot and you're seeing like every like piece of hay and grass and everything's flowing and this horizon's beautiful. Like, oh my god, this was worth every penny to make this thing happen. And what do you got for me?
Some Wisconsin Dells Red.
Ooh, excellent.
This podcast brought to you by
Great. There we go.
Shock Top's no longer sponsoring us.
Yeah, not for another 2 more.
Go to hell, Shock Top.
2 more drinks.
And 2 drinks.
But yeah, I mean, I played with the new controls, which I did like, but I also found myself. It was like we talked about like playing skate and jumping into Tony Hawk controls. Like I found myself doing the old controls like a few times just because just because old habits die hard. But I was realizing I was looking through my old trophies too for some reason, and I'm like, this is gonna be the 3rd time at least I've played Shadow of the Colossus, right?
It would be the same for me. Actually, I found my PS2 version. My parents'
Oh,
house
really?
this weekend, and then I had the HD remake or remaster for PS3 that I played for like an hour, if that. And if I were to buy this again, that'd be my 3rd time.
Yeah,
and I think I put an hour in each time.
I think this would be at least the 3rd time I've beaten it if I didn't beat it more than once on PS2. But yeah, man, like I think I finished through 5 or 6 of them, of the Colossi at this point. And that game, I mean, that game is still fun and it's gorgeous now, and it still has a few of the clunky controls and like it's just you running through a field from a Colossi to Colossi. But like that journey is now it's gorgeous.
Yeah.
So it kind of like pass the time a little bit easier.
Cool.
But overall, yeah, I'm totally digging that.
Nice.
Go back to my list. I think I got one more in here. I do. All right. So, have you guys heard of Late Shift?
I've heard of it. I don't know what
That's
it
an
is.
FMV game, isn't it?
It is.
Yeah.
I bought it a while ago on like some super sale.
You and your fucking FMV games.
I know, because I keep trying them. Because I'm like, one of these are going to be good. And
The one from E3 looks good.
I think I found it.
Oh, yeah?
I like Late Shift a lot.
Okay.
What is Late Shift? What's it about? I've heard the name, but
Yeah.
I know nothing about it.
So Late Shift, you are a overnight parking attendant, parking security guard in, I don't think it's London.
I'm kind of foaming here.
Huh?
It's going to be a mess here.
That's fine. That's fine.
Waste not, want not. That's right. Get that head.
No, it's going down. You're good. It's going down.
Oh, that was not. That's not a way to drink that beer. Anyway, the fuck was I talking about? Late Shift.
Late Shift.
So you're a late night parking attendant / security guard. It's going again?
No, you're fine.
It's just bubbling.
You're fine.
Oh, I ain't making it worse.
No, I'm fine.
Talk about the damn game.
And like, but it's like you're like a really high end apartment complex. So like every vehicle you have in there is like Lamborghini and up. Like it's like you like I don't know where they found the budget just to rent these cars,
Yeah.
let alone everything else. But it's a full motion video game, which basically means it's an interactive movie. So you're making choices along the way. So what happens is you're a security guard, and all of a sudden you hear this ruckus over the side. You go over there, guy's a gun. He says like, get in the car, type of thing. So I'm like, and then that's when you start making your choices. Like, and you have a bunch of choices before that, and then even like that very first thing can change as you go along, as I found out. But I'm getting in the car, and like they're like that guy was there to steal a high end vehicle because they're doing a heist at an auction, like a high end auction. So they need to look the part. So they're going to steal a car. The security guard kind of intervenes, but he has like a pepper spray and nothing else because he's a security guard.
Yeah.
So they end up being like, you got to come with us. When that guy was robbing that car, he fell through the ceiling. That's the ruckus was, and he breaks his arm. So now you're going to be the 4th guy in this heist.
Okay.
So you need to decide if you're going to kind of go along with it, if you're not going to go along with it, like if you want to sabotage them, if you want to, be a tough guy, maybe try to get a cut out of it. Like there's a lot, you have a lot of different things you can do in there, and there are varying options. There are 7 different endings. I've gotten 4 of them.
Oh, wow.
But I played through the game 3 times, so figure that out. What ended up happening? So the 3rd time I played the game, I got something that would be considered the 3rd and the 4th ending because it could have ended right there, but because of choice I made previous, it kept moving out the story, and I got to a 4th ending.
Okay.
So if I didn't make a proper choice beforehand, it would have stopped.
Yeah.
On ending 3, and that would have been that.
Okay.
So And the endings vary pretty wildly.
Yeah.
So, I mean, there's some converging points in there, like all these things always have to have. But, I mean, the very first ending I got was probably the worst ending I could have gotten. Like, it was one of those things where, like, man, I completely failed at this, but I did enjoy it. I was like, man, I wonder if I made these couple different choices. So I was like, I'll start playing it again. Then, I finished it and got another kind of bad ending. I'm like, what the shit? So I finally got to a point where the last one I got, I think, was like the premier good ending. It's not going anywhere.
It's fine. It's staying there.
You keep talking. I'll watch it.
It's staying in the neck.
So I got to my third and fourth ending, and it ended up being like I think the best ending. So I've got like the worst ending and the best ending, and somewhere in between.
Okay.
And I really enjoyed it. It only takes like an hour and like 10 minutes to finish the story,
Yeah.
so getting through it isn't that tough. There are some scenes you can completely miss in the game in the first if you only played through once. They tell you when you finish the game how many endings you've seen, how many scenes you've seen, and how many choices you've made. And I still have not even seen. I think I said I've missed 3 endings, and there's a scene I still haven't seen yet.
Oh.
God damn it! This must be old as shit.
It must be. I was say, yeah, it must be. It's very rare to I see a beer do that.
And the foam is so gross.
There you go. Look at that. Now it went down.
That's all I had to do.
You just gotta stick it in.
Just stick your pinky in there.
Just gotta stick it in a little bit. Just a tip.
Watch out! I was not expecting it. Might break it off.
Yeah, no. Anyway, so late shift.
Cool.
So questions.
Yeah.
Question: how long is a single playthrough?
So it's like an hour and 10 minutes.
Okay.
So yeah, it's not that long. But like I said, like I had one. The good ending was like an hour and 10. And my middle ending ended significantly sooner than the other ones did.
Yeah.
So it was close to like an hour.
I would say. I mean, the endings like that. I imagine with multiple endings, it's kind of like Papers, Please.
Yeah,
Where
exactly.
it can end on your third fucking day.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, I mean, in the game too, like I said, when you're in the middle of actually doing the heist, like there's multiple different points along the way where you can kind of trip them up or stop them or do whatever, and it's like I said, it changes pretty abruptly.
You let them go in the auction house and you just leave with the car.
Yes, it's really. I don't know what kind of car that is, but it's nice. So yeah, so late shift is one of those things I see on sale all the time. Like you want something different and short.
Cool. Yep. It's on Game Pass, I believe.
Oh,
so,
if it's on Game Pass,
I'm pretty sure it's on Xbox.
Give
Game
it a
Pass.
whirl.
Yeah,
give it a whirl.
I think it was either last month or the month before.
Or you could play Hitman.
Or you can
Yeah, you can play Hitman now.
But it's an hour.
Which we'll get to that.
It's an hour.
We'll get to that. What do you mean we'll get to that?
We're going to get to that.
To the list. The new August list.
Oh, okay, very good. Like, I
was like, you play Hitman? You're not talking about it? You talk about Hitman now.
But that
one of those days will come. Don't worry, Art. One of these days will come.
That is all I've played. That whole list of all those games.
Awesome.
Okay.
Steak. It's coming out next couple weeks.
All right. August 9th, Minute for the Nintendo Switch. Also on August 9th, Monster Hunter World for the PC. And also on August 9th, Okami HD for the Nintendo Switch.
That's what I should play next.
Yeah, yeah, totally worth your $20.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
Yeah, amazing.
Oh!
There's no more release.
And the show's over.
You got it?
Yeah, I got it.
This
Thanks.
Yeah, case on it, you're fine.
This show's a wreck.
Yep.
It was fine. Then you dropped the phone. Now it's all bets are off.
I blame the beer.
It's foaming up again.
It's rustic red. I know.
It's so eager to touch your lips.
I'm so concerned when I actually start drinking this beer. I think it's going to be disgusting.
August 10th, Madden NFL 19
Yeah,
for PC, PS4, and Xbox One. Yes, I did say PC. Do not forget. It's coming back to PC this year.
That's right.
Also August 10th, We Happy Few
Oh, my
for
God.
PC, PS4, and Xbox One. Those reviews have got to be coming out soon. I am really curious. I want to hear more about it before I drop the money.
Agreed. Anything in
It
development.
looks good, but I just...
anything in development for that long at least gets... It doesn't get the...
know.
Yeah.
August 14th, Cosmic Star Heroine for the Nintendo Switch. Death's Gambit for PC and PS4. The Walking Dead, the final season, episode 1 for PC, PS4, and Xbox One.
Oh, man.
Which means you have a little bit more time left to pre-order to get every other game before that came out.
Yes.
So be sure to do that if you're interested.
Do that.
And also on August 14th, World of Warcraft Battle for Azeroth for PC and Mac.
Cool.
August 15th, State of Mind for PC, Mac, Nintendo Switch, PS4, and Xbox One.
And your toaster.
What am I supposed to go up to? Okay.
It'll run on your toaster. It runs on everything else.
August 21st, All-Star Fruit Racing for the Nintendo Switch.
Finally.
That game actually looks like a lot of fun.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'm talking shit.
It looks like it's like a Mario Kart kind of
yeah.
game. Yeah.
I'll just play Mario Kart.
Yeah, pretty much. If you get sick of Mario Kart, want something.
There's fruit in there. There's bananas.
Also on August 21st, Guacamelee 2 for the PC and PS4.
I'm so excited.
And also on August 21st, the Shenmue 1 and 2 collection for PC, PS4, and Xbox One.
It's a real thing.
It's a real
Might be
thing, and it is coming
Yes.
so fast,
Nice.
which is going to take up my time. Your
what she
your PlayStation Plus games for August 2018. For PS4, you can download Mafia 3.
No.
Was it you who put the
Yeah,
Twitter
so
thing up?
yeah.
I figured as much.
Yeah, that's... You know, if you're interested in it, give it a shot. But let me tell you from experience, it's fine for the first couple hours, and once you start realizing how repetitive the gameplay is, it gets old real quick.
You were the reason why I didn't buy it when it came out because it looked really
Yeah,
good.
it was one of my most anticipated games that
and
year.
so
The
now I'm glad to at least could download it and check it out.
The
and
storytelling
and then delete it after the first
The
few
storytelling
hours.
in it is really good, and it's really interesting the way they do
Yeah.
it. Like they do it like a true crime, like autobiography type thing. Like, and your character, and like he started his ascension through the ranks, and the way they tell the story is real interesting. But the gameplay is just really, really repetitive and bad,
It's
and
unfortunate.
it's like it's not even like you have to think hard. It's just throw something to distract the guy. He walks towards you, knife him. Throw something to distract the guy. He walks towards you, knife him. I mean, do it at your own risk. If you were interested, check it out because it's free, obviously, but don't go in expecting a whole lot.
Cool. Also for PS4, Dead by Daylight.
None of that shit on Mafia 3. I'm going to go get a beer.
You might need to give me another one. I don't know.
Yeah, that might not be good.
Yeah, just give me another one.
Yeah.
Not another one of these, though.
No. I think that was the last one in there.
Okay,
so,
good.
Yeah, I think you're fine.
It's officially a science experiment.
Yeah. So also for PS4, Here They Lie, which is a PlayStation VR game. It's like a horror game, but you can actually play it now without the VR as well.
Oh, really? I didn't
So
know that.
anyone can play it. It's a first-person type game. I just have a feeling it won't have the same effect if you're not playing in VR. This is a game where it was a launch out with the VR. I just never wanted to pay $20 for it. It seemed cool, but I never wanted to pay the $20. I was always thinking around 10. So I am super pumped to finally get this and check this out. Also for PS4, big month for PS4 owners.
Pick one.
Ooh, Oktoberfest.
That's all Mike needed to see.
You might probably need to open it with the bottle opener. Both of those, actually.
I'm good.
Oh, you got one? Okay.
Around here.
But also for PS4, Knowledge is Power, which is one of those PlayLink games.
Yes.
Which I bought day one and we still haven't played. So now I'm really mad and it's free. I did whatever. They were 20. Those were $20. No big deal. But basically it's a quiz show game. It's like the I don't know if you guys have, we talked about before Hidden Agenda and stuff. It's the one where you download the app and that's you as well. We have a Let's Play of that up on our YouTube channel. A hilarious Let's Play of us getting hammered and playing that game.
So many.
With with Chris and Ryan.
We should do that again.
Yeah, we should. I would like to do it with this Knowledge is Power game. But it's basically you download the app specific for that game and you use your phone as their controller. Yep. So which is really cool. So that's free as well. So be sure to go grab that. For PlayStation 3, Bound by Flame and Serious Sam BFE. And for PlayStation Vita, Draw Slasher and Space Hulk.
Random name generator.
Draw Slasher,
no.
I saw it was supposed to be like a touchscreen action kind of game, kind of like the Severed.
Okay.
So I'm kind of curious to check that out. And Space Hulk is part of the Warhammer series, of course.
Every game is part of the Warhammer, so we just don't know it.
Yeah. And then your Xbox games with gold for August of 2018. For Xbox One, you can currently download Forza Horizon 2 from August 1st through the 31st. And then starting August 16th through the September 15th, you can download For Honor. Then for Xbox 360, which is also playable on your Xbox One, currently you can download Dead Space 3 until August 15th. And then from August 16th through the 31st, you can download Epic Mickey 2, The Power of 2.
Sold.
Solid month.
I guess that's a very good month.
Solid month. Because now we have gotten all 3 Dead Space games, which is pretty awesome.
Yeah, I was way into for 1 and 2, and
I never played 3.
I never played 3.
Me either.
Not
So
once.
I'm super excited to finally dive into that. I downloaded it, so I can't wait to eventually get into that. And Epic Mickey 2, I've heard was actually a lot, like not great, but a lot of fun.
We haven't played enough like offshoot Disney games, so maybe I think this is the time.
Yeah,
to
right.
go.
Yeah. She said, "Keep going with the Disney. Why the hell not? Fuck it." And then yeah, Forza Horizon 2. That's kind of neat to get that game. Play that for a little while, and then until 4 comes out the next couple months. And then For Honor. I mean, that's a huge game. That's huge.
Yeah,
That
would surprise
it's
me.
the standard edition. I know there's add-ons you can buy and expansions, but that's still pretty huge to get that.
That game has followed the Ubisoft Games as a Service life arc so far. It came out, it wasn't received well, they stuck with it, and now it has a growing player base.
Yeah.
That's when you look at it, like that is a very solid business model for Ubisoft in terms of just like just prolonged like income from a game you released 2 years ago.
If they can just figure out how to nail it out of the gate and you eliminate that initial sour period or whatever.
Yeah, but Ubisoft seems to always do that though. Like I said, every game, because like Division was the same way. Like everyone got to a certain point, they're like, "Now what do we do? This is terrible." And they're like, "Oh, here's all this free stuff." Oh, everyone's playing it again. Like no one can stop playing. Same with Rainbow Six. Like Rainbow Six, like they just keep. Why not? Just keep coming out with these seasons. People are buying these seasons. Keep adding maps, and people are loving it. And then your Xbox Game Pass games for August. I think I missed a couple on this list, so I apologize. But these are pretty much like the bigger ones.
Deduct 10 points.
Yeah, I know. Rise, Son of Rome. So if you did not grab that on Xbox Gold a couple months ago for free, it's up on there now. Hitman Season 1. So I was saying we talked about that. So you've got Game Pass. Go check out Hitman if you've never played it.
It's a very good game.
Art loves it.
I like the game a lot.
Well, the reason I'm glad they're releasing it is because now I'm going to go through and like replay everything once on Xbox and pre-order 2 for Xbox.
Yes.
Well, I sent them I sent a Twitter message to them like, hey, is there any like bonus for playing 2 on the same platform as 1? Because on Xbox it's supposed to have native 4K and all the bells and whistles for 2, and I played 1 on PS4.
Yeah.
And if there's no bonus or advantage to doing it on the same platform, I'm just gonna move over to Xbox. Now I don't have to worry about that because I'll just play the fucking game.
There you go.
And I already know so many ways to kill the people.
Dead Rising 2. I believe that's the remastered version of it as well, if I'm not mistaken. I'm not 100%, but I'm pretty sure. The Escapist, The Walking Dead. So I guess they made a Walking Dead edition of The Escapist.
Can you start a prison fight in that one?
That'd be awesome. Dandara. No idea. I have no idea. And Ruiner.
That one that like
That looked interesting.
cyberpunky.
Yeah, it looked kind of cool.
Kind of Hotline Miami, but not quite that good.
But and then I think, if I remember correctly, I think the only game I actually might be missing, I think, is that Disney game. It's called like Disney Rush.
You're missing a Disney game.
Yeah, I know, right?
You're right.
Disney Rush,
Yes,
I believe it was.
and it has
added. It's got like Cars, Finding Nemo, and a couple other things.
Yeah,
I think it's
Buzz
just
Lightyear
like
on the front cover.
Yeah,
for
I
some
think
reason.
they each just have like their own each has like their own few levels or whatever. It was it's like a $20 game normally. So got kids, I'm sure they would love it. So
extra.
Time for the news. You didn't drink that beer, by the way, or what?
No, God, no.
Is that one still good?
This was fine.
Oh, good, because that was like 2 years old.
No.
I'm kind of surprised it's that good still. Well, it's Warsteiner. Warsteiner's quality, so
It's German.
yeah, it's
fine.
yeah.
It was good until you told me it was 2 years.
Now I'm feeling not so good.
Let's see, I haven't had that vanilla porter in a long time. I love that. It's so good.
I feel like you brought it to my house and I brought it back here.
That's possible.
You guys aren't selling me on this.
That's very good. No, I like that a lot. I just haven't drank. I forgot I had those. It's really good.
All right, so Tekken 7 announced a year 2 season pass or
It's
season 2 pass.
Yeah.
And the big thing from this is that Negan from The Walking Dead is going to be one of the characters.
I missed that news, really.
It's
It was just today. It was
okay,
It was
all
this
right.
morning. Yeah.
it's supposed to be more based off of the TV show and not the comic book.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But
I don't know what the difference is, but
Yeah, I don't know,
apparently
yeah.
there's an important difference. There.
yeah.
I stopped reading the books about when he started coming
You
around.
can't read.
I can look at pictures. Okay, cool. Tekken 7. All right. I don't know.
That's pretty much the news story. Okay, cool.
For me, I was actually I was just like, besides the fact, like, I figured people would want to know because of The Walking Dead. I put that in there. But
well, Mike didn't know. I assumed it was.
yeah.
Sure, shit was me.
Yeah. But I just think it's like I'm surprised that Tekken 7's doing this well. Like, it seems to people keep playing it and buying it, and like, because every time they have a sale on it, it's not cheap still.
Right.
Like, it's still pricey. So like, I've been looking for a good deal so I could pick that up because I love Tekken. I have not picked this one up yet, and because originally it looked kind of generic, but then like the more I've been reading about it and hearing from other people, no, this is like super in depth and awesome. It's supposed to be like one of the best Tekkens in years.
Yeah, their big hook was having like all the different like costumes and add-ons and things like that. Well, I mean, it's like kind of like the Injustice 2, like the loot box thing there, where like it doesn't really add much. When you're playing like online or whatever, it doesn't really add anything to it outside of just looking cool. Like I can have a pizza cape or whatever they have in there. So,
but no, it's just I'm really impressed by it, and I just that they just keeps going, and like it's involved in all the Evos and everything like that. And one of these days it'll be 20. I'll find it for $20.
It's one of those things. Well, I mean,
Tekken 9 comes out.
Yeah,
I mean, it justifies the second season, right? So it's already doing good.
Absolutely.
But I think it's also fitting into like a vacuum that like the Marvel vs. Capcom left, right? Because Marvel vs. Capcom was not that great, and it's already out of like. I don't think they even short by the Evo.
You can find it for like $10,
right?
Too. It's so cheap.
So I think Tekken came out at a good time where it was people were kind of getting back in some fighting games, and Tekken's a known quantity.
Yep.
So I think it filled a void that Marvel vs. Capcom left behind. So
yeah, I still want to know where my Tekken Cross Street Fighter game is though.
Oh, that's right, because he did it all the way around. Yeah,
they did the Street Fighter Cross Tekken. But they announced also Tekken Cross Street Fighter at the same time, and there was like a leaked like rendering of Ryu from that game, and nothing.
There was like a year and a half ago they talked about like it's still a thing.
They keep saying it's still a thing. It's like, well, what the fuck? Yeah. Like, what's going on?
There's been like 5 more Street Fighter games since then. Yeah, it's weird.
Well, terrible Street Fighter games, but yeah.
But 5 of them nonetheless. Other news story, only 2 this week. I didn't feel like jamming a third one in there just for the sake of numbers. But it's a meaty one.
Ooh, all right.
So some information has started to come out about the next Xbox platform. Biggest thing that's come out is that they are going to have 2 different SKUs. One's going to be your traditional home console. The other one's going to be a streaming device. And apparently Microsoft's going to launch a streaming service to go with that.
I want to know if that's just Game Pass streaming now, or how that works.
I don't know.
That's my main question.
I don't know if it... Yeah, because I mean, I almost think it would have to be something different if you're getting someone to buy like a new console like that.
So is it a whole third new monthly service I'm paying for at that point, along with the Gold, Game Pass, and that? Or is that Game Pass doesn't even... I guess I don't even know. I mean, it's all downloadable. You know what I mean? So how's it even work?
Right.
That's the thing. I just don't... To me, it seems... I feel like it's still going to be... I know they say streaming. I know. I keep going back. I know. It sounds terrible, but... that's because I keep in my mind even going back and forth with these rumors. It's just so it says streaming, but does that necessarily mean true game streaming, like from a cloud? You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like, or does that mean like the Game Pass where you pay a monthly fee but you download the game? Like,
I think you talked about
Scarlett Cloud being a service. Microsoft thinks that they've figured out how to handle latency issues with games.
That is like,
I mean, if they figure that out, that's huge. If they can figure that out,
that's what I'm thinking. So like, I mean, Microsoft is dealing like right where they knew that they needed something new for a while. So they've had some. I mean, this cloud-based streaming has been a thing for a little bit now. Like it's not been good, but it's a thing that's existed for a while. So they've had enough R&D time since they knew like, well, we're getting our the PlayStation's been eating our lunch this generation.
Getting our ding dongs kicked in.
So like, I don't think someone in the position of Microsoft with the R number 2 right now, right, can go into a new console generation if this isn't plausible and usable and workable.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. So I think that's a better sign that they're doing it as opposed to Sony doing it for a multitude of reasons.
After they announced Xbox One and there was all the backlash and how it affected them at launch, they can't afford to take a hit like that again at launch.
No.
And I've been saying for a while, and it's not an original thought. A lot of people have been saying for a while, the 3 companies that could, on a large scale, handle cloud streaming production environments are Microsoft, Google, and Amazon.
Yeah.
Those are the 3 biggest cloud companies in the world.
Yep.
And you figure, I mean, this is them tying together their games branch with everything else that the company does.
Right. Well, and also too with the fact that, from my personal experience of using PlayStation 4 Remote Play on PC and using the Xbox app on PC, that Xbox is so smooth. Like the streaming from my Xbox One to my PC is so smooth. Like, so that alone, like, it makes me, I feel like they understand how
I
like to do something
feel
like that.
It would be more like I don't know how any of this shit works, but I mean, is it supposed to like loading from a disk? Is it basically loading from the cloud and then this is like purging that data when it no longer needs it? I mean, is that how this is gonna, like, it pulls the information from the cloud to, like, from the disk in the cloud to pull it down to the system to make it usable, and then once it's done with it, it goes away?
I think all it really pulls from the cloud is the image of what you're doing.
So it's like
The processing is all happening in
the
the cloud.
Okay.
Yeah.
Man, it's wild.
It's
It is. No, it's a wild thought. It's,
I mean, it's
crazy.
It's the same theory as like remote desktop.
Right.
Okay.
Remote desktop is just you're seeing an image of your computer and it's recording your clicks and
Right.
keystrokes, and I mean, granted, remote desktop still has some latency depending on your connection, but I mean, that's the thing. Like, if there's a company that's going to do this, I think it's going to be Microsoft. Obviously they're trying for it, but they have that other side of their business that's been doing this shit for years,
Right.
that they can rely on and go, hey, Windows people, how do we do this? Plus, you mentioned the difference between PlayStation streaming your computer and Xbox. I think part of Xbox's their strength has always been Xbox Live.
Mm-hmm. Right.
It's because they're a computing business. They know networking. They know infrastructure. They know all that stuff. Sony is a electronics company. They're a TV company. They're radios.
All
they're
hardware.
Electronics.
All hardware.
Entertainment.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
But they don't have that, built-in part of their organization that has just focused on computer technology, and that's all these consoles are computers.
And the infrastructure stuff. Oh, yeah.
And I mean, you figure something like this, in my mind, what I'm seeing when I think of a streaming box for Xbox is like basically a beefed up Apple TV.
Yeah.
It's it'll be smaller, it'll be cheaper, and I mean, as long as like Apple TV has a 4K version now, so conceivably, if you have the bandwidth for it, you can process a 4K image.
Man, it's interesting
over the internet.
And I'm excited just because it's different and it's an unknown and who knows how it's going to turn out.
I will tell you, like I could basically from what I'm thinking right now is like I will still buy the physical version,
right?
Like that I could play physical discs on,
you can buy
anything
both.
like that.
You can buy both.
No, because what I think is they're still going to provide the service on that console as well.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So,
absolutely.
You're still going to
be able to do the streaming on the regular.
If they're going to make money, you're going to be able to do both.
Oh,
yeah,
100%.
absolutely. So it's one of those things where it's like, okay, originally I'll get that version. I will give that a try, and like if it runs as smooth as like it should, then I would seriously consider like selling what I have and getting that done. If I know, like, I'd rather be safe than sorry, first of all,
right?
Yeah.
And make sure it works. But also too, you know what though? Now think about it though, I might not even do that because I would like to have the safeguard of having discs for games.
And you do the whole like 4K Bluray thing.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Absolutely.
So, like,
yeah. And then having that too. I mean,
Yeah.
that would be huge. I mean, I'm assuming it'll have a 4K Blu-ray player. I mean, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
You would think so.
Yeah. So I mean, so that would be huge just to have that for that anyways. And then because then I can trade in the Scorpio because I have a feeling that all the Xbox Ones can be backwards compatible as well.
If it's a cloud-based service, they can do shit. They can do whatever the hell they want.
A ton of shit. Yeah, absolutely. Especially with that part. Actually, I can see that the Xbox One stuff. As long as you somehow can prove you own the game, you can use that in the cloud.
That
you
even
can stream that game.
That
from
even
the cloud
like
then.
it's like a licensing thing, right? Whereas like you can, I don't know how they would do it, but like that to me even shows. I think the next Xbox is going to be the Xbox. Whereas all the games we've ever had available to you in some way, shape, or form, right? And including, I think, and if it's a cloud-based thing, like why couldn't they do all of that stuff? And then I could play a game. I could pause a game on my Xbox and then pick it up on my computer.
Yeah.
And like, I mean, why not? I mean, it's all this streaming the video to me anyway, more or less.
Right.
Like, why can't I do? Why couldn't I do those type of
And
things?
I mean, you have to think then. I mean, maybe that streaming service that ties into their Play Anywhere model. I mean, You can play it on a computer. You can play it on the little
I can-
set-top
well,
box. You can play it on the big Xbox.
I can play it on a high-end Windows tablet.
Yeah.
Yep, because another rumor was that they were getting rid of the Play Anywhere, like where the games are released simultaneously.
Yeah.
But this would be the ultimate replacement for that.
Yeah,
right.
Like it's like, oh yeah, they're technically not released on both, but you can play it still on both.
Yeah,
like
Which
The
is funny
subscription plays
because
either way.
you listen to this and like you had mentioned, if I own a game, I have the license, I can play the cloud version. This all sounds like what they talked about with the launch of Xbox One.
yeah.
This is all.
It's just people weren't ready for it.
Yeah,
That's
no.
why everyone was
No-
freaking out.
nobody-
No one was ready for something like that.
Nobody
yet.
wanted the dramatic changes, and the only thing that's different is they're not talking about all their TV capabilities.
Right.
And I think broadband has gotten broader.
Well, yes.
in the
it
last
that's the
7
thing.
years.
Internet has gotten a lot faster.
Yeah.
Even the base for, suburbs and stuff have gotten a lot faster.
Mm-hmm.
I think everyone's got. I think the basics 25 now for the most part, right? I think.
The high end of 18.
Bro, it was like that's so low. Well, for 18,
Back in the day.
yeah.
Back in Xbox
no.
One launch day.
Yeah, it's up to 40 now for 18.
Oh, it's up to like 75.
Maybe out by you.
It's all based on where you're at.
In this
It's
area,
up to 75 by me, and
Okay.
I really want that goddamn fiber.
okay, yeah, oh yeah. In this area, it's like 40, 45. So that's why I have my 500
Yeah.
with WoW, which has been fantastic.
How's that working out for you recently?
Been fantastic. I've not had any issues.
Good for
The
you.
last I
which is
heard about
great.
it is you were looking at replacing your modem and router.
Yep, no, everything's good. Yeah, modem did not get replaced due to some minor issues, but I got a brand new router, and that seems to have helped quite a bit. I got a nice Netgear. So.
Yeah, I saw it shrink wrapped on your table.
Yeah, yeah. Now that I know I'm going to keep it, I should probably rip that off. It was before when I was testing stuff and I wasn't sure I was going to keep it. I'm like, let me keep that on. Yeah, I should probably get rid of that now.
Nice. That's it.
See if there's anything else worth noting in this. Yeah, that's it.
Okay. All right. So
Yeah, wait. There's one other thing.
shoot.
Steak wanted to talk about the Assassin's Creed Odyssey
Oh yeah.
packages.
Oh yeah. Shoot.
Oh my
Go
God.
ahead.
Like this is just ridiculous.
I saw the grid. I read 2 of the squares and I was like, I'm done. I know I'm not figuring this out.
So I understand where your argument initially started from, the first thing you commented on, because I didn't make a comment about that. I was commenting, for me personally, I was commenting more on the different versions and what you get in each version.
Yeah.
Because the original tweet that I retweeted mentioned that this is worse than loot boxes. Absolutely not. This is not worse than loot boxes. Fuck no. Loot boxes are terrible.
Mm-hmm.
This though is just ridiculous because it's like, okay, so now there's the gold edition, right? So the gold edition is like the same thing I got last year. Only, actually, should I start? I probably should start from the bottom.
Just
right?
start from
Go up.
Okay,
let's
wherever,
start,
man.
Okay, I'm trying to think the best way to start. Okay, all right. So the standard edition of Assassin's Creed Odyssey is just that. It's the
Right.
standard edition.
You
Standard
get the game.
That's it. $60 like always. Then there's the deluxe digital edition for $80. You get the game, and you get some extra stuff.
Some outfits or
Like
some
some
shit.
outfits, and I think like an extra level, like an extra mission level and
Okay.
stuff like stuff like that. Like whatever.
The normal stuff that comes with digital.
There are
deluxe
some that just
editions.
comes with
Right.
digital, right? Then you have the gold edition.
Okay.
The gold edition comes with the standard game and the season pass, but not the digital
Deluxe.
Extra levels.
The deluxe with the extra costumes and stuff like that in the one level
Doesn't
or
look
whatever.
like gold to me.
And then there's the gold steelbook,
Oh.
which is $110.
Okay.
From the $100 from the gold, $110.
So you're paying $10 more for a steelbook.
$10 more just for the steelbook. Same as the gold, but it's a steelbook. Now, last year, the Assassin's Creed Origins was $110.
Yeah.
But that's because it was the steelbook. But as far as I know, that was the only gold edition available.
And it also came with the full season pass and all
Full
the stuff.
season pass, and
stuff.
with the digital deluxe edition.
Right.
And then there is a ultimate edition for $10 more than that, so it's $120, where you get the standard, the season pass, and the digital deluxe edition.
And the Ultimate Warrior's
Stuff.
unlockable character.
Nice.
Yes, and
Sold.
and a steelbook.
I can't wait just for half those scenes to go on super clearance at Target.
Yeah,
so I have no
right?
idea
No
what
one
the
knows
fuck
what to
any of this
buy.
is. And I'm like, that one. And I'll buy it for half the price and sell it at Best
See-
Buy for double the price.
See, my yeah,
Grab me a couple when you do that.
yeah, please. My argument here is like I'm pissed that I would if to get the same amount that I got last year, I have to pay $10 more this year to get that same thing.
If it was different, if it was like season pass 1 and like a whole extra downloadable content, or whatever. Like the first part of season 2. Like say they have a season 2 of like that. You're getting more game there. You're getting something different. This is just like
I'm paying $10 more to get the extra costumes and shit that you gave me in Origins.
Yeah.
Like, that's my argument. Like, I just think it's... Like, yes, I want to pay... I don't mind paying... Like, again, when I got Origins, I knew... Like, that's another one I'm going to dive back into soon. But that's another one
when
where...
you're going to have time.
I know. Trust me, I know. I'm figuring this out.
You're going to be elbow deep in shitty business.
Hey, I got 3 more weeks to get a lot of gaming in. But the thing about that is, like, I knew with being in Egypt and everything, I knew I was going to play the hell out of this game. So I wanted everything. So I bought the gold for $110 because I was like, I want everything. So I'm willing to pay more to get everything up front. I mean, even though I have to wait for the DLC to come, but you know what I mean? I'm willing
the spirit
to pay.
of it is like, yes, so I want to support this.
I want to support.
Yeah.
I want everything you're going to provide for me. Here's my money up front.
Yeah.
Give it to me as you release it. That's fine. Right. And I'm totally fine with that. Where I have a problem is, now you're trying to charge me $10 more for the same shit.
Well,
this is next year.
This is like Ubisoft. Like last year, like they released gold editions for everything, right? Mm-hmm. Like Fractured But Whole had it,
and they're always like $100.
Yeah,
always
$100. And I mean, Far Cry 5 had it this year, so they're like, all right, let's try this new thing. You know what I mean? This is the first round of that, right? Before they release anything else. So like a lot of people must have bought the gold, right?
Right.
Because if they're justifying two tiers above that.
Yeah. I was like kind of going on the devil's advocate. That's what I was going to get at. Obviously, they said, hey, we have this many people to get this.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
What's the chance we can get them for $10 more and throw in a steel book? And if we sell 10 million of these, that's $100 million more for us and our shareholders. Because they are publicly traded, and that's their job is to get every goddamn penny they can.
Yeah, I mean, and is it like a gamer-friendly thing? No.
No, yeah. Right. That's why I was saying playing devil's advocate. As a consumer, I don't want this. This sets a bad precedent for everyone.
Yeah.
Then don't buy it. That's the thing. Like I said, a lot of people bought the gold edition because it made sense. If these things don't make sense, don't buy it.
Yeah.
Well, and that's the easy thing to say is like, speak with your wallet. Don't buy the game if you don't like their sales practices.
Yeah.
But that's cool. You're taking a stand, but now they're going to sell 9,999,999 of these things instead of 10 million. It's really not going to make that much of a difference because you got dumbasses out there who aren't going to do this.
They're still going to buy it.
They're still going to go, it's $10 more here. Just give me what you want.
And I feel like the backlash was like 3 hours worth of backlash in this thing too. Like it had like one half of a news cycle and then
for sure. Yeah.
So I don't think
it's just one of those things where I just saw it and I was just like, this sucks. Like, because it's like in this again, like because I do want to get everything for this one as well. It's Greece, and it's going to be cool, and it's going to be a lot of fun, and it's like, this sucks. Like,
Hypothetical question for you. Mm-hmm. If say they weren't doing 5 versions of this game, say they eliminated the gold and the gold steelbook, and the highest, the ultimate edition was the gold version.
Yeah.
Would you have a problem just paying $10 more, or is it the 5 different versions?
Didn't the gold editions vary based on game to game anyway last year? Because it wasn't like the Fractured But Whole and this and Far Cry 5. Weren't those all different prices?
They were, but I think it's only because of like whatever they were planning on releasing for each game.
I think the gold edition of Far Cry 5 came with the Far Cry 3 remaster.
That one was $100.
Yeah,
that one was $100.
Right.
Yeah,
but wasn't
Fractured But Whole, I believe, was $90. I think it was $10 cheaper because they knew they were just releasing those short little DLC, but nothing else.
Okay. And if you pre-ordered the game, any version, you got Stick of Truth.
And you got Stick of Truth with it, right? Yeah. So I think that the reason why that was just $10 cheaper was because they were just releasing those 3 little story things and not like all these other because like Far Cry released a whole bunch of stuff with it. Assassin's Creed, besides the expansion levels, they also release all these costumes every so often
and like
stuff.
The tour mode and stuff like that.
Yeah, exactly. All this kind of stuff.
So I mean, are they expanding even further into this game then? So is it justifying the bigger price tag, or do we just not know yet?
I would hope so. It doesn't sound like outside it, they really even talked about the future of the game.
Outside of what he retweeted that started our conversation on this, I haven't really dug too far into it.
Yeah.
I don't know exactly what they have said. I mean, it's not really a game I'm super interested in, so that's why it also makes it easier for me to play devil's advocate and be like,
right.
There isn't a problem with this because their job is to make as much money as possible. I mean, it's not something I plan on spending my money on, so it doesn't really hurt me.
I got you. Where are we at right now? Because the topic
it's
an evergreen topic. We can do this next time.
Oh, we're just over an hour.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
hour 10 minutes. We're looking at an hour and 10 minutes.
Okay.
We're normally like hour and a half, 2 hours.
That people demand it.
I would say
Alright.
we're usually around. Yeah.
Listen, we've
Lately we've
set
been around 2 hours. And I mean,
we've
that's
set
pretty good. I mean,
a certain expectation here that we're going to talk until nobody cares anymore.
yeah.
Good.
But also, too,
I
mean,
stopped
it's-
caring a long time ago.
It's been a while because we recorded really early
Yeah.
last time, and now we're recording really
Really
late
late.
for this one.
Totally.
So there's been a lot of time. in
That's why I had
between.
12 games
Oh,
on
that's
my
why I had
list.
a bunch of shit to talk about too.
I
So
had 2.
All right, so let's get into the topic then.
yeah,
So,
let's
Your
dive in,
topic,
though.
introduce.
my topic. So, last time we got together, we talked about me getting my new TV and me bringing my old PlayStation 4 to my folks' house and kind of walking them through like modern gaming. My dad did play a little bit like Super Nintendo days and things like that, but didn't dabble beyond that.
Mario Golf.
Yeah.
A lot in like again a little bit of like
Like
the
NES Mario Golf,
Yeah, yeah.
not N64 Mario Golf.
and the NES Open. So like, I guess the thought for today was just like, you have like, what games would you show someone like modern games, like current generation games, for someone who is like a lapsed gamer to kind of teach them how to onboard them onto current generation.
I'll say so this
Gaming.
is, just so I'm clear on this. 'Cause
Yeah.
Obviously, I had some confusion over text message.
Yeah.
We're basically trying to show them like this is how far games have come in now.
A mix of that and like again, because if you stop playing games, like I guess I use my dad as a test subject here. So Super Nintendo is as far as you've gone.
He will beat you with his bionic hip.
I don't know. just take the cord for the Super Nintendo. But
It's like a mace.
yeah, but like if people stop playing it in Super Nintendo, right? So they've never touched like twin sticks. They've never seen like QuickTime events. They've never seen again. Some of it is new graphics too. And like, what do you want to like kind of showcase? But what do you think that they could play to get used to current generation gaming? Like for example, I'll give you my first one here. I thought actually Guacamelee would be a good introduction because it feels like an older game because it is side scrolling. It's kind of a beat 'em up. It's ramped. There's multiple levels of difficulty. But I thought that would be good to like, here's how you get into a game. Here's how you start a game. Here's what the thing, like when you boot up. It's not like you put the cartridge in, you turn on, and you're in the game. Like you gotta need to get into it. So I figured like the first game would be something a little more easier, something a little more familiar as like again.
I don't know about easier, but familiar.
You're right.
Yeah.
You can play on
It's pretty
easy.
tough.
You can
Yeah,
play on
right,
easy.
yeah.
But like getting into it, like then it's a game that like I can play and they can play at the
Yeah.
same time.
Yeah.
So that's
That's true.
That's kind of how I kind of
That's
like
a good one.
how I got Amelia into it too. Like
Yeah.
I said this before. Like I am really good at Guacamelee because when you play with more characters, it gets harder.
Right.
So I'm playing and there's a lot of times where Amelia's just like
You're doing 2 times the work.
yeah, Amelia's like jumping in the corner and I'm like fighting this giant monster thing and I'm just trying to like
Right.
just stay alive.
Giant quesadilla monster.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I thought like that's kind of like the spirit of it. Like what games like
That's
do you
cool.
think would
As
would
long
showcase?
As long as you're not colorblind, Guacamelee is a great idea.
Yeah. True.
yeah. Do you turn on the? I saw the color blindness mode on Far Cry. Do you turn that on? Do you
Yes.
feel the need to turn that on?
I turn it on just because it usually makes the names over people's heads different colors.
Okay.
So instead of being like a green, it'll be like a light blue.
I gotcha.
So it doesn't blend in with trees and shit.
Okay.
Oh, nice.
Interesting.
That's good.
There's so much advancement in that. We got to pick your brain on that one day too. That's not the subject for today though. So
You ever think about buying those $500 classes?
we talked about that, didn't we?
I actually looked into it at one point, but they don't. You can't get them in prescription, and there was something else.
Oh, that was like for a different kind of color blindness. You said.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah,
Okay.
so there's different kinds of color blindness, and like the one I have, they're like, yeah, we don't make them for that. I'm like, well,
bummer.
fuck you.
Fair enough.
We'll work on
Well,
it.
fuck you too.
So yeah, so that's kind of like again, that's the spirit of what I thought here because I kind of just went through this, so I can tell you about some of the games I put it on the PlayStation to show my folks and try it out. So what do you guys got? What were your guys' initial thoughts for this topic?
So I thought of it kind of more from a genre aspect.
Okay.
Of like, people back used to play these type of game, like these types of games. So this is kind of like, okay, if that's the type of games you play, here's a good thing to jump into nowadays. So one of my more easier ones I'll say though right now, fighting games. I think Injustice 2 is a great game to jump into.
Totally.
Like it's a game where you could still kind of button mash. Like there's things to learn, but you could totally button mash your way through it and kind of just have fun with it. It looks great. It's super smooth. I mean, and honestly, if you're not into the DC stuff, then Mortal Kombat. Like, you know what I mean? It's the same guys.
Yeah,
like,
right.
It does. Not to get people going crazy. They are different games. They play differently, but they have a similar feel to them.
They're made by the same company.
Exactly.
And they're not like the very technical fighting game.
Right. It's not a Street Fighter. Like, Street Fighter would be very difficult to get into even now. Like, I mean, everyone, and like, even if you play Street Fighter back in the day, that was a whole other thing than just even the Street Fighters now. Like, they're still very tough. Like, they still have, like, their roundabout moves, their half circles, and everything like that. So maybe you could.
I was saying, if you
maybe you could dive
back
back
in the day,
into
if you
them,
played
okay.
as
Yeah,
Ryu
maybe.
and you remember all his moves, you can jump in there and
That's quite possible.
you wouldn't be top level and know all the moves, but you could still do a fireball and a hurricane kick and an uppercut.
That's true. But I think Injustice 2 would just be like a nice, easier, like more of a button masher kind of.
Yeah.
You could dive back into.
And that game on like super easy is stupidly easy.
Yeah,
so like
exactly.
it's one of those things too where you can kind of get used to like the format and buttons and things of that nature too.
So I thought about it from an even different perspective.
That's fine. Again, it's kind of like that's the idea. That's how discussions start.
So like the way I thought about it was like mechanics that have evolved or are new since that person started. So like one of the ones you mentioned in an example in the text message was like branching dialogue trees.
Yeah.
And when I thought about that, it's like, having dialogue options is cool, but if it's like a Telltale game where you make your dialogue options and it doesn't actually fucking affect anything, you end up at the same point anyways.
Right.
So I was thinking more along the lines of like either a Fallout where you can kill NPCs and they're gone.
Yeah.
Right.
Or
right.
even like a better one if you're trying to ease someone into it, would be Detroit. Mm-hmm. 'Cause you're not worried about like, a whole lot of game mechanics. It's just moving the analog stick, but also in that one, it shows you the branches. It shows you like the flow chart, and you can see, hey, you could have ended up here.
This is what you did.
You ended up here. You could have been down there.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
Here's everything you didn't do. Right.
That one
That
came across my mind
idea.
too because I thought like it is a unique experience for someone who hasn't had anything. Like there's nothing like that back in the day. But he's like moving around 3D spaces and again like talk quick choices like you get and having to know like gotta hit triangle, which one's triangle, like you can kind of get used to it. No, I think we're all kind of coming from different ways, but again, I think that's how we would approach it though. You know what I mean? I think this is kind of what I wanted, so I'm good. We're all coming from different things. All right, my next one. Let me look it up here. I thought that NHL 3s would be good too, because again, it's not as sim heavy, but gives them an option if you want to go into something like that. Right. I think that's good. Again, it gives you getting used. Yeah, more arcade. It's a little easier. It's super easy to understand. I mean, it's
fun aspects,
and you don't need to know. Again, you don't, and even if you're not a hockey fan, like you don't need to know every single rule of hockey to play that game. You just know this puck's got to go there, and I mean that's all you really need to do. And like we play that blackout drunk, and we got through fine. So like
until a point.
Yeah, I mean you can get through it in terms of like pressing the buttons and getting used to it, and it's something a little quicker too, right? And using both sticks. I think you still need to use both sticks when you play. You do,
but I mean, like, even if say the person was having a hard time grasping that, you can put on
the NHL
face button controls.
Yeah, for sure. So that's one that
I barely remember us playing that game.
Yeah, I remember it.
We were so drunk.
I scored like 9 points in a row once. Yeah. It's awesome.
All right, so what else you guys got? What else you guys think would be good onboarding for lapsed gamers?
So those that used to play RPGs back in the day, I was thinking Final Fantasy 15. So now, because that was always kind of their thing. Like with advertising this, it's a game for everybody. Like and I agree. I fully agree. And also too, this will get them used to kind of an open world aspects of games as well, because it is not super. I don't think it's very complicated. I think it's actually pretty straightforward. Like they walk you through how to do everything at the beginning of this game. So like it's pretty straightforward. So it's a good way of learning of like, okay, here's where this is the stuff I need to do, but I can go explore all this. And then eventually, I hit a place, I'm getting my ass kicked. I probably shouldn't be here. I'm going to walk backwards and stuff. You know, like, I think it's a good game that kind of introduces that, like, so you're still getting your epic story, but it also kind of introduces you into the whole open world aspect of things.
Granted, I haven't played it as much, but do you think potentially an easier transition from someone coming from like Super Nintendo RPGs would be Octopath?
Probably. I mean, because it's the same thing. Yeah, it's the exact same thing. No, I agree. If they want to play something that they've that they know very well, or even like I Am Setsuna or something like along those lines.
Yeah.
Like those would be more like, yes, these are 16-bit. Boom, there you go. I was in this aspect. I was thinking more. Welcome to the new world of RPGs.
Welcome to the modern times.
Yeah, welcome to the modern times of RPGs, but they're not. It's not overly complicated, you know. And obviously it's not out in the West yet, but I hear Dragon Quest XI is very similar in that aspect, where it's very welcoming to new people who've not even people who've never played RPGs before. It's very welcoming to these type of people. But no, I do agree. I think Octopath or I Am Setsuna. Or was that other one? Lost Fear, I think was the other one they released. That's from that same company. Those would be very good, maybe to start initially with. Kind of like, okay, I remember this. This is very recognizable.
Yeah.
I see this and everything. But then, if you want to jump into the 3D huge modern world, I think Final Fantasy 15 nowadays is a good one to jump into for that aspect. And also, it gives you that exposure to the open world, which so many other games have nowadays. So that's a good intro even to that as well.
It's like a familiar passage into that.
Yeah.
That actually makes a lot of sense.
I'm trying to think because
I'll give the ones I actually gave to my dad and had him play.
Okay.
So we played. No, again, it was Jeopardy, but still.
Oh sure, yeah.
And it was a familiar thing. He knew the rules.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
So that's
learn the rules.
He knew the rules, and so it was a matter of just like. Because they give you like a timer, right? So you got like buzzing on time and press the right button. You get 3 answers they offer you: square, X, and circle. So knowing which one is each, all those things, and doing like that. So like just like again, getting into it and learning and feeling it, and it's a very familiar and comfortable setting for I think. Who hasn't seen Jeopardy, right?
Right.
I mean, everyone kind of understands it. Do you have another one? I'll give you my next one.
I have. I was thinking somewhere. I think you'd have to introduce the person to first-person shooters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm trying to think of one that's like not too.
I was having such a hard time with that. I was trying to think of a good first person.
Portal's the one that I came up with.
Actually, that's really good.
That's good
because you're not really running from enemies. You don't really, You can take your time and line up what you're shooting.
It's more
at.
thinking and stuff. Yeah.
Here was my solution to that one because this is the one actually I did was The Witness because it is a first-person game. It's not a shooter. It was a first-person game. But it's very mellow, right? You go at your own pace. You learn both sticks to move around. You learn if you want to be an inverted Y person or not, I think, in that moment.
Okay.
So, like, it's puzzle solving.
Yeah.
It's super pretty.
Yeah.
It is low impact. And that game is like, that game goes from like, again, I talked about The Witness before, how complex and just like, like how nuts these very simple looking puzzles are. But they get from like, super easy and they really do ramp you up. By the time it gets to the point where like I don't know what the hell I need to do here, I've already done like 40 of these things. So like I thought that was a way to get like the twin sticks into a novice's hands where again it's not quite walking simulator, so you're not really doing that because that's like thinking a whole different thing. That's my original thought was doing walking sim, and I can't imagine my dad playing any of those.
Sure. Oh so, no, like, no.
Maybe Firewatch, but like
it's funny because like you would think though like those games would be perfect for that. Type
I think
for
they
these
are.
People. But at the same time, they have to understand that like hey, you are playing a game, but there's not anything to
there's not a ton like there's not as much interaction as you think a normal game would be, especially again you come back from Nintendo.
Sometimes you might have to hit some buttons a little quicker than usual, but other than that though it's not like a game necessarily.
Right, you're more controlling like the camera.
As long as they're understanding that, then okay. But I think that's where it's like that's kind of like on the line I think of those happy games.
I didn't even think of Portal. I like that one a lot.
Portal's a good one. I do like that.
I mean it's just granted when you get later in especially Portal 2 some of those puzzles become ridiculous.
Well, Portal 2 is
the timing
really
and
hard.
shit you have to do. But like Portal 1, I mean, you can walk around and take your time, look at the room, and figure out what you want to try to do. And there's no pressure. You're not being chased by enemies. You're not. To the best of my knowledge, I don't think those puzzles are a timer or anything. As far as I can recall, it's been a long time.
I don't think a timer, but there was a couple where you had to time like your jumps,
especially near the end.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't think there was anything like like where it's like, hey, you got 10 seconds, you better hurry up, kind of thing. I don't think there was anything like that.
Nice.
I'm trying to think of something with enemies though, like a true first-person shooter.
Well,
I was struggling with that.
I was trying to think of them, and like all the ones I think of, they
even
ramp up too quickly.
They do right.
Doom, no way in hell. Wolfenstein, no way in hell.
No. I can see people getting a kick out of Doom though.
Well, yeah.
Like being like, oh, this is cool, but
Yeah.
then get to a point where nope, you just even on easy that game's a bitch.
If I say one in my head, maybe, Modern Warfare Remastered.
Okay.
Yeah, I could maybe see that. Yeah,
Because I mean that does ramp up, but I feel like at the beginning of that it's not
that's not too bad.
terrible.
Yeah, I don't know. I gotta think about that some more. But like I said earlier, that was like one of the genres I was really focusing on. I'm like, I cannot think of something that would be like easy.
Yeah.
Like a baby's first.
Right.
First
For
shooter.
sure.
I cannot
And
think of
that's-
something.
When I was thinking
And Portal,
of
though,
stuff
like
like
that's smart. Just to get used to like that view
the
and
movement
yeah,
and shooting
that's
and
smart.
yeah,
Nothing like there is no analog to using two sticks
Right.
like in any other form of entertainment or anything else. Like that's
Yeah.
that's completely unique to this medium.
No, and that's like I've had Karen try. Like I'll be playing a game. She's like, "Oh, what's this?" And I'll give her the controller. She's like, "You just broke my brain. I don't.
It's Beth too.
I can't do this and this." I'm like, this moves.
Yeah.
What's so
this,
hard?
This moves your body. This moves your
Kingdom
head.
Hearts, gentlemen. Kingdom Hearts. There's the times I was playing. Melissa's like, give me that. I'm like, all right, fine. Go ahead, defeat these enemies. We had to just smash X half the time. Like I was so overpowered at that point.
I hooked up the NES and SNES Mini to the bedroom TV, and Beth was playing Mega Man X because she's a big fan of it, and she got like all the way to the end. She's like, "I'm done." I'm like, you can't stop now. You've been playing for 3
You do
hours.
not understand.
Like, you can't stop.
This is bothering me.
It was like if you remember how Mega Man X ends, like you go, you beat the main 8 bad guys, and you go through Sigma's like cast like 3 different times, and then you load into like the very last thing where you got to go this long upward shaft, and you finally get there, and then you fight the final boss. And it was just like she gave it a couple tries. She was like, I feel like I'm okay. I'm like, it's no. Then
no, this is when you get pissed
Yeah.
off and you
Give me that.
Then an hour and a half later, I beat it.
Yeah,
Like,
nice.
couldn't leave it undone.
You give me blue balls here. Give me that.
like-
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, what else you got?
So then my last genre I was thinking about is the action adventure kind of genre, and the two kind of series I thought of was the new Tomb Raider series.
Okay.
I think it would be very good. Not only is that a little open world, but it's very like everything's on the map. It shows you where to go and everything. And I mean, the story's fun.
Yeah.
You get a good mechanics of like especially with that too. You get a mechanics of like the bow and arrow and all that kind of stuff. So you still get the adventure, but you get the action in there as well. And then the other series was the Batman Arkham series. I thought would be very good as well because a lot of the games use that fighting system.
Oh yeah.
Hey,
That's a really good thought.
blinking,
Yeah.
hit Y to block and stuff. You know what I mean? And like a lot of people use that kind of fighting system. So if you can get through Arkham Asylum, I could give you 10 other games you can play, basically,
That's a
because
really good thought.
they're very based on that fighting style. The combat is very based on that.
That's very good.
Because that's where it started.
I don't even give my last one because I like that thought so much. I think that's such a good idea because, like you said, like getting into a point where if you can do this, I got 10 more for you.
Yep.
If you like that, that's a really good thought. I think it's a really good way to get into it too.
Yeah.
Because like if someone's kind of getting into it, they probably want to play more than 1 or 2 different things that you're recommending. So if you like this, here's 12 other options. Or if you like this, that's really cool. I like that idea a lot. Anything else?
No.
That's a shorty. That's good.
I would want to find a way to give this person Horizon Zero Dawn.
Just to see it.
To see it, to walk around and see fucking robot dinosaurs.
Yeah, one of the things was just like.
Well, that's what I kind of feel about like God of War. That's the game where
God
it's
of
like, okay,
War.
playing wise, I don't know about that gameplay
right,
wise, but it's like, look, just look at this.
I know you're not. I know you're not the hugest fan of like Metal Gear Solid 5, but I thought that too, just being like, there's your objective. However you want to do it. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Here's all the things at your disposal. Like here's all the different things you can do. Here's all the different abilities you have. How do you want to do it?
Yeah.
Like that level of choice is just like mind-boggling. I got a lot of that in Far Cry 5 too, which I think is another reason why I really liked it so much. But anyway, yeah. That's what I'm gonna say. My last one anyway. I had Hitman Go because it's familiar, it's small, it's easy. Gives you an idea of moving around in
Little
3D
yellow,
space.
different.
Exactly. All right, that's all I got. That's all I got.
Yeah,
Cool.
yeah, I think that's some good stuff.
All right, so Arts, my gift to you. My gift to you
Your gift to me
was
was
The Order 1886.
correct.
Oh yeah. Oh my God. See, it was so long.
It's been
ago.
a long
I was
time.
trying to think. That's right. I forgot what it was.
So I'm just go.
All right, Order 1886. Where the fuck do I even start with this? So
How much did you play?
I think got maybe halfway through the game.
Okay.
Maybe a little less than half.
About 2.5, 3 hours.
Yeah, about that.
Okay.
It's in it. The reason I stopped is like the story just wasn't grabbing me.
Mm-hmm.
Like I was playing through it and the story's going on. I'm like, that's fine. You know, it's cool seeing all these. So okay, so back. Let's go back to the start here. So the story is basically it's alternate history, like Victorian London, but it's like a steampunk setting and you're fighting werewolves, paranormal beasts. What's the term they use?
Lichens.
Lichens. But there was some other term.
It's been 2 years since I played.
Half-breeds or something. I don't know. Half-breeds kind of a racist term. Never mind. Anyways.
But yeah, like I said, like Nikola Tesla has basically figured out a lot more than he actually did. So he's
Right, and you like that's like the one interesting part I saw. It was like
Yeah.
you keep seeing these people pop up who you've heard of throughout
Yeah.
history. You know, you're playing as Galahad. You run into Tesla and some other characters there, and so that part kept me interested. And the gameplay is pretty much you're walking around until you find enemies or enemy, and then you get into a gunfight.
It's third person over the shoulder.
Yes. And so one of the things that bothered me about the game, essentially my synopsis of the gameplay in this, is it is basically a much less interesting, much less entertaining Uncharted.
Yeah.
As far as gameplay. I mean, the shooting is very similar. The movement is not as good. I don't like the fact that when you're walking around, like they control the pace at which you move.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of times they have you slow walking, which is really annoying when I just want to get to the next like plot point or then meet the next person. And they got me slow walking through the chambers of Congress, or whatever the fuck their governing body is. Parliament. I don't know. It wasn't Parliament. It was like some body overseeing this group. I don't know what the hell.
Well, they were the
was.
nicer round table, weren't they?
It was definitely a round room.
Because Galahad and like all those guys are.
I think.
Yeah. So essentially, it's like Knights of the Round Table mixed with like Victorian era, like and Tesla, like
Werewolf hunters.
werewolves smashed together, which sounds awesome. Like that should be really really cool.
I mean, visually it's a pretty game.
Yeah,
and that's saying something considering that this came out 2 years ago,
more than that.
3 years ago.
Quite a few. It was close to the launch.
It was
like a year after the launch.
It was
of the
right
PS4.
after the launch of PS4.
Yeah, it was like a year after.
So I mean, it's still visually it holds up. It's just playing that game style and the way it was going, I would rather be playing Uncharted 4 again.
Yeah, so like I think that it's. So I played it 2 years ago before those games came out, right? So I think when I played it, I had a little bit different. I mean, I had a different view of the world because it was a different world back then,
right?
In terms of like what games came out and whatever. So like I enjoyed it because I thought it was $4.
Right.
I did, and I thought that visually looked good. It was just like it just needed like an extra 2 minutes in the oven. For everything.
Yeah.
For like level design, for like the weapon choice. A lot of weapons were really cool though. I thought that was one of the better things, but I thought like just they didn't feel quite right. Like they were a little floaty and things like that. Like I said, the story, like it just missed the mark. Like it had everything it should be.
I can't even say
but it just wasn't
I
there.
can't even say what they could change that would make me
I agree.
care about the story. It's just I was sitting there playing it, and after like 3 hours, I was like, this isn't grabbing me. I really just kind of want to go to bed.
Honestly, what I think it was just like we talked about, it's like werewolves and steampunk and Knights of the Round Table and like
it was like they just took a bunch of shit and threw it in a blender.
Right, and then it became like so far removed.
A dash of steampunk,
Yeah,
some paranormal,
Tesla.
So
To me, it just felt like
let's cram a car in there.
Yeah, it felt like it's too far removed. Like having one of those alternate timelines, fine, and we can still have some kind of attachment to what's going on or the and things like that, as opposed to just like a semi-familiar setting and the rest of just nonsense, right? So I feel like that I think was why I enjoyed it, but didn't like love it because I didn't feel any. There was, like I said, there's no attachment to it because it's just so far off the deep end, it doesn't make sense.
And I think one of the things too is it's not a bad game,
right? I think
I also wouldn't say it's a good game. It's a game.
It exists.
Yeah.
It's a game. It costs $4. It's fine. I played it for 3 or 4 hours, I got $4 worth out of it. If I never touch it again, I got $4 worth out of it.
And that's kind of why I wanted to play it. Like how you want to get my feeling on Skate 3 last time.
Yeah.
And like I kind of want to make sure again, I'm a couple years removed since when I played it, but like it got crapped on. And I don't think
I was gonna mention that too. So like I think I wonder if this game would be better received by anyone, if it didn't have all the hype it had at E3 and this showing off the next generation of gaming and
Santa Monica too, right?
No, this was.
I think it was.
I thought it was Ready at Dawn.
It was like Santa Monica External and Ready at Dawn.
Oh, yeah, okay. That was also the hype.
But I also think like if they didn't have those E3 trailers with the horribly unrealistic graphical expectations, it's one of those things like part of me wonders if I had never heard a goddamn word about this game and you gave it to me and I went in and played it, would I feel any different? I don't think I would, because we're so far removed from that time when that all happened. And actually, the backlash against the game, if anything, lowers expectations.
Right.
Yeah.
But like I said, I don't think I'd feel any different because it didn't. I wasn't invested in the game at all.
Yeah.
I wasn't invested in wanting to know more of the storyline. It was cool seeing these historical characters pop up in this goofy environment.
Right.
But that wasn't enough to keep me playing. Like when I talk about Mafia 3, like awesome way of telling the story, not enough to keep me playing through the gameplay.
There was one really cool, well done, fun portion of the game that you haven't got to yet. And that I think is another reason why I was just like, I kind of like halfway through I was just like, do I want to stick with this or not? I was like, I know it's a short game. Like, oh shit, I'll just blow through it. And I got to that point, I'm like, okay, fine. I really like, okay, this is cool. If the rest of the game was like this, it's a winner. It wasn't. But like that piece of it was really good. So it's like you got like a glimpse of what the game could have been if it had like that level of care. I don't want to say care, but that level of excellence throughout the whole thing. I think that would have completely changed, I think, the tone, the mood, the history of this game. So like Sony franchises don't die, right? They made Knack 2 for crying out loud. So like do you think
they owed Mark Cerny?
That's why. So that's true too. But do you think that like they would put another one of these out?
I think they would, but they wouldn't advertise it as a sequel.
Okay. Like
I'm trying to think how they would do it. It would be one of those games where everyone's like, "Oh, this is really cool," but those who played the Order 1886 would be like, "Oh, this is in that same world.
Yeah.
This
so
is
like
part of this."
Similar mechanics, but maybe like 1986 or something like that. Like
No, I don't know necessarily even that. It just
1776 in America.
Yeah. But I think it would just be like one of those things where they just would not outright say that this is a sequel to the Order, but then but people who play the Order would be like, this takes place in the exact same world.
Like 3/4 of the way through, you find out like I'm in the Order, like everything. Yeah,
exactly.
3/4 of the way
I can see them.
through, you hear
it's
about
called something completely different.
You hear about
but
the
it's a part of
events
it.
at Whitechapel and Galahad. And
Because I can see something along those lines. Because if they advertise it as the Order sequel,
the Order 1887.
I think people right away would just write it off. It'd be one of those kind of things.
The game ends.
That doesn't say. I don't know how the game ends, so it's hard.
So the game ends. Galahad, who is the main character of the game, well, one of the main characters of the game. I don't remember the full details, but he basically gets disgraced. He, in some way, shape, I think he took the fall for something the group did, type of thing.
Did he take the fall for them going on that unsanctioned mission?
Exactly. So yes, okay, you've got that far. Good.
Yeah.
Thank you for reminding me. Because it's been 2 years since I played the game. Anyway, so Galahad is kind of disgraced, and he's not part of the Order anymore.
Okay.
But he's still going about his business. Like the very last thing they see is him on looking like fucking Batman on a rooftop.
Okay.
With like he wearing dark. Basically his job's not done yet.
That's Frank Stanza's lawyer.
Why's he got a cape? But yeah. So I mean, he has the full. And it's like he's gonna continue, and it sounds like they're gonna take away because pretty much you're always with somebody else throughout that whole game. Like there's at least one.
Everything
one
I've played through, yeah.
There's almost one other character, an AI character,
with the exception of like the very very beginning.
Right. So it feels like they were going to get into like,
More
more focused on them going forward type of thing. So like, I feel like they were going to make another one, like that was in the plans, and they still might. But like, man, I don't know.
I mean, or it could be one of those things too, where it's like they do show that characters, if people have played it, they understand right away it's what it is. But they call this something like the Return of the Lycans or something,
right,
where they don't use the order name, but the name, but like the minute someone sees that trailer and they see that guy, they're like, "That's from the Order. That's the guy from the Order."
And I feel like, I mean, I'm just shooting shit here, so who knows? But I feel like God of War existed because that took like 5 years to make, right? So like they had to make a whole new engine, and they made it look pretty, and they made a fun game inside said engine. Yeah. Well, this was pretty, had an awesome engine, and just stuff in it. You know, I feel like if it had like another year or two to cook, I think it would have been something that's completely special, and they've learned that lesson in things like God of War, and they're not afraid to like push a game back and things of that nature. Since then, like shit. 2 years ago, every PlayStation 4 exclusive got delayed at least a few months. Yeah, so I feel like there's been. I feel like the Order is kind of like, I don't say it's an important game, but you can kind of see like a turnstone, like a turning point, on the way that Sony like releases games and how they do that, because they have a very set structure now, where like they have a game, they announce it. About a year later, the year later, they show it again at wherever. No conversation want to show it again. About a month before it comes out, they have a press event where everyone just goes bonkers for the game, and then it comes out.
Right.
So like the Spider-Man one just happened. Like the Spider-Man news conference thing just happened.
They just did like a tour through Europe doing press events.
And they let people play like 3-4 hours of it, and they're raving about it. So now they have a month-long hype train coming up before it launches.
I ignored all of it.
Of course,
I haven't.
I'm on blackout.
Yeah, I don't even look at GIFs at this point. Like I don't want to see anything.
Nope.
I didn't look at the trailer from E3.
Right. No. So what I'm saying is, like, I think the Order is kind of I don't say influence. I don't know what to say. It just seems like we've learned from a lot of mistakes from this game, where it was so close, and I think that kind of opened the door for the games we're playing now that we really like.
Yeah.
I mean, I think the Order, the bit I've played, is a classic case of over-promising and under-delivering.
Yeah.
And I think, and actually one of the other things that bothered me about the game was you're walking through these, pretty set pieces, and it gives the illusion of this large world, but you're on a very linear path.
Yep, you're walking down alleyways.
I feel like if it was an open world with like little trinkets and notes to find and much more stuff to like explore in the world, it might have made me care a little bit more.
Yeah.
I mean, that's playing through. Horizon. They had the little notes and the audio recordings and stuff, and there's a whole fucking world there on top of the world you're physically in. And there are like you'll be in a room and you can go into like the next room, but that's about as open worldy as it gets.
Yeah.
And I mean, I'm not saying every game needs to be an open world game, but when you're putting someone in potentially an interesting environment like alternate history Victorian London, I mean. Steampunk Victorian London.
Yeah, maybe want to learn a little
give
bit.
people, some interesting shit to look at.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, again, like that's just like it was so close. Like it got to the edge and then backed away, as opposed to just taking that leap and going. So like it's again, like you said, it's not bad.
Yeah, it's not bad.
It's not
great. Good. It's a game.
Yeah, it's somewhere in the middle there, and like depending on how much you like the type of game it is, and how much you like the set pieces kind of determine how you ultimately feel about the whole thing. So, yeah, but again, for $4, give it a whirl. It's $4 all the time.
So, it's super cheap all the time.
Like one last thing, like a lot of games media outlets talk about like the death of the single A game. I feel like this is a single A game that was advertised and like pitched as a triple A game, and that's why it caught so much backlash when it came out.
Yeah.
Like I said, it's. You would be walking down a hallway and like, I'm gonna get into a fight here any second. You just like tell, like, because there's boxes and like the thing is like
dark corridor.
Yeah, so there's like in a game where you're supposed to be fighting werewolves, you fight like 2, I think. You're basically fighting other human beings the whole time, trying to get from 8 trying to get through there. So it's just like, you guys did everything you were supposed to do in world building and just forgot about the game.
Yeah.
So.
Which I mean, like the werewolves thing, I'm cool with them not being like around every corner, because as I mentioned, it's similar to the Uncharted games.
Right.
Those first couple Uncharted games, when they had some kind of paranormal creature, that annoyed the piss out of me in every one of those games. I was happy in 3 and 4 when they eliminated that. So having them be kind of sparse and those interactions be special in a way, I think that's a good thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it's just like you said, there's so much there that they could do right with, and they just didn't quite take that last step to make it special.
For sure. All right. So now, We've gone all the way around again. Probably, I don't know, the 12th time now. I don't know. So, don't do the math. So, we're going to do something we all play. And we've all decided on
Dead by Daylight.
Dead by Daylight, which is the PlayStation Plus game.
Yep.
Yes.
So we're all gonna play Dead by Daylight and come back. And so it's basically one of those asymmetric multiplayer games where you have one guy's a killer and the rest of the people are trying to live.
Like the campers. I don't.
You
know
actually do you play the game?
I did, but I didn't play it much. I played it once or twice on PC.
Okay.
And I mean, they've made a significant number of changes since
Yeah.
then. So I'll be interested to see how different it is. But yeah, I mean, it's very much honestly, it's like a video game hide and go seek.
Cool.
It's as you're the survivors, I think they're called. You're in this environment with a killer, and you have to go around and try to turn on. I think it's 5 generators, and once you turn on five generators, the exit doors open up.
Okay.
Or they unlock. Then you have to open them up.
Okay.
If you get 3 generators on, and you're the last survivor standing, a trap door opens up somewhere in the world.
Huh.
But it's like when the killer catches you, it's not like instant death. Like he has to down you, he or she has to down you, and then carry you to a hook, and they put you on a hook, and then you can fight to escape the. I don't remember what the hell they call it, like the demon that oversees the whole thing.
Okay.
But you can fight to escape, and at that point, your teammates can come up and pull you off the hook and heal you, and it can be like a never-ending loop. And of course, there's like an etiquette to the whole thing. Like if you're the killer, you don't just sit there on the hook and stare at the person.
Yeah.
Like the rule of thumb is you still you could stay close, but still try to do other things. Don't just, camp the hook. But when I played it, the handful of times, I enjoyed it. It's just I don't play a lot of PC games. So now the fact that it's free on a console, hey.
Love it.
Cool.
So I'll play that and come back next time and talk about it.
Sounds good.
Nice. All right.
Unlike Friday the 13th, you actually have a shot as the survivor in this one.
Ooh. Maybe I'll just...
And it works?
I still haven't played Friday the 13th.
Friday, don't.
Yeah, I still
want to, though.
never dived in.
Don't.
No, I don't want to. Maybe I won't. Maybe I won't.
But that's my biggest waste of money on video games in the past 2 years.
Ooh. Yeah, I impulse bought that on Black Friday. I still haven't played it yet.
Oh, end of the year will be we'll discuss my biggest waste of money.
Ooh.
When it wins my worst game of the year award.
Oh,
Wow.
Are we doing
doing
that?
more awards?
Oh,
yeah, it's like...
there's gonna be a special award for that because it's everyone's worst game of the year award if you ask me. But
Have I played it?
no,
Oh, okay.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Then it's not everyone's worst game of the year.
anyone who's bought it for Xbox has not played it for terrible because the game doesn't work. We'll get to it.
You're going to leave me in suspense for
Foreshadowing
like 4 months.
to December.
I'm not saying anything until I figure this out. No, I really don't know.
I could sit here all night. I'm off work tomorrow. I got someone coming to clean out a dry
You
event.
bastard.
You son of a bitch.
I think I was willing to do this on a Monday.
God damn you.
Ugh.
Fuck, it's late. All right, where can people find us online?
People can find us on Facebook, SoundCloud, iTunes, other podcast services by searching The Sticks Podcast. You can find us on YouTube at youtube.com/SticksGamingVids. You can find us on Twitter at Sticks Podcast. Or you can find our outdated information on our website, sticksgaming.com. Maybe I'll update that tomorrow.
Yeah, there you go. That's a good use of your time.
Lovely.
Steak, final words.
So it seems like people like timestamps in their videos.
Okay.
So look out for that. That's coming.
Okay.
This is a kind of a short, quick turnaround, so I'm going to try to get timestamps for this video, but if not, definitely in the next video.
We can always put them in after the fact.
That's true, yeah. So look out. So yeah. So if you ever want to, because we do know that these sometimes go long. Sometimes we just talk for as ever long it is. Sometimes it's short. Sometimes it's over 2 hours.
We haven't had a short one in a while.
No,
to be
we have
honest.
not. So
we always think we have a short one. No, we don't.
yeah. So I think timestamps I think are a really good thing. So in the description below in our YouTube video, be sure to check that out. So we'll section off our big things. What you playing, new releases, news, topic, my gift to you.
Nice.
So those will be the major categories. So yeah, so be sure to check it out.
All right. See you next time, stickheads.